Hello, one and all. It's my view of My Hero Academia, Chapter 313, High-Speed, Long-Range Mobile Cannon. And I have got to say, All Might's car, the Hercules, is seriously impressive. I mean, this thing took a bomb at point-blank range, and there's not even a scratch on it. Then it took 2 Thunder Spears to the windshield, and still looks pretty darn drivable. That is seriously impressive. Though not as impressive as All Might himself. I mean, this man bolted out of a moving car, landed on the ground, and still managed to stand back up without any superpowers at all, and with a seriously damaged body. I mean, I know he's been working out a lot ever since, the Night Eye arc in order to find a way to be helpful and useful to Deku down the road, but still, I mean, let's not forget how much damage this man has taken throughout the years, and he is still standing up. He's still in fighting shape, more or less. The thugs that are trying to kill him, though, yeah, they are much less impressive. I mean, I assumed these were, hired guns by All For One sent to murder All Might. Yeah, that does not seem to be the case at all. I mean, they didn't even know their target was All Might, so I guess Lady Nagant just hired random thugs to distract All Might so that he couldn't go back up Deku, and said Deku's backup couldn't go back up Deku. I mean, I was kind of hoping, though, that, when the one guy recognized him as All Might, be like, oh man, I'm a villain, I'm a thug, I'm a hired killer, but All Might, you were my childhood hero, I just can't do it, I just can't kill you, I'm sorry, buddy, I gotta walk away from this contract. I would have so liked that, I was so like that. But instead, what we get is so much better as All Might. He puts the fear of God in these two. I mean, seriously, he has them shaking in their boots. And what I realized when I read this chapter is this entire thing is a callback to Stain. I mean, remember back when Stain saved Deku from that Nomu and then turned around even though he had no weapons and his body was broken and he'd stolen nobody's blood? He still managed to terrorize and intimidate every single person there, with some of the pro heroes even falling backwards on their butts as they tried to flee in terror from him. That's exactly what's happening here. And what I really love is All Might's positioning. All Might's pose is identical to Stain. The same, left foot stepping forward is identical to what Stain did. Identical to how Stain was standing when he did it. I freaking love it. I freaking love it. I mean, I was saying, before, last couple chapters, oh, Stain's gonna show up and save All Might. No, All Might's gonna become Stain. That's how he's gonna save the day. Oh, I love it. I freaking love it. I wonder how long it's gonna take these two to realize that they're, afraid of a broken old man with no weapons, no quirk, no anything really. I mean, are they just going to completely run away, or are they going to realize, wait a minute, we have bombs, we can just kill him? I still think, someone might show up to save him, Endeavor, Hawk, Special Genius, I'm sure they're nearby, more or less, so they could certainly come in and help save the day, but I really would love it if they just, completely ran away in terror of All Might. Oh, that'd be amazing, it'd be so freaking amazing. And what's more, oh my god, All Might's line here, it just really shows how much he cares about Deku and how much he's burdened by the burden he put upon Deku. He made Deku the next symbol piece, thinking, alright, he's gonna be a symbol piece, All For One's already dead, so it's gonna be hard, but not that hard, he'll figure it out, he'll make it work. But instead he found out, okay, All For One is still alive, Deku's gonna have to fight him, and what's more, Deku is the last user of One For All, because no one else will probably ever be able to inherit it, and what's more, he has to learn 6, 7 other quirks as well, each of which destroy his body when he uses them, so yeah, he has put so much of a burden on Deku's shoulder, and despite that, he is well aware of the fact that Deku still idolizes him, that Deku still adores him above all else, so therefore he literally cannot die while Deku is still alive, while Deku still needs him. Oh, I love you, All Might, I freaking love you. Meanwhile, back in the Deku fight, he manages to detect a bullet and kick it out of the air, which, oh, I freaking love that, Deku has reached the point in the series where he can literally deflect bullets. He really is becoming Superman. Unfortunately, there was a second bullet fired from a completely different direction, which Deku wasn't able to detect in time, and which managed to deliver a pretty bad blow to his stomach. Seriously, it looks like that's going to require some medical care at some point. Yeah, as it turns out, Lady Nagant has a second quirk given to her by All For One. Airwalking, which means she can literally fly through the air. And I mean that quite literally. She's able to use her gun to shoot her forward very quickly, almost at the same speed as Deku, so that's bad. That's very bad. Thankfully, though, Deku still has a smokescreen ability, which allows him to hide completely and perfectly from Lady Nagant. Yay! I mean, seriously, I think he could have just, put up the smokescreen and hid inside it for a couple hours, a couple minutes even, until Endeavor and the rest of them show up to give him some backup, but, that's not his style. Also, it is interesting that Lady Nagant isn't aware of Deku's multiple quirks. Because All for One should be aware of it by this point, but he didn't tell Lady Nagant? I mean, I'm assuming he knows the quirks of the past users. He fought almost all of them at one point or another throughout history, so curious. Very, very curious about that. I mean, I was theorizing in my last video that maybe Lady Nagant is actually still working for the Safety Commission as a deep cover mole like Hawks was. And, if she actually knew how dangerous One for All really was, how much more powerful All for One would become, if they actually managed to steal that quirk away from Deku, she wouldn't actually be helping him, and that's why, he's aware that she's a spy, and so he didn't tell her the full story. I'm not sure about that. Definitely seems curious, though. But anyway, then Deku uses his Black Whip in a really cool way to push his various pieces of clothing in his backpack out of the smoke screen, so Lady Nagant fires at it and is completely and utterly distracted, not realizing what it is he's actually planning, which is to jump all the way through a skyscraper and catch her in midair, which, cool? I'm still rather curious exactly how he did this. I mean, he's definitely using the Third's quirk, but what exactly is the Third's quirk? I mean, Deku literally jumped through a freaking skyscraper to reach her, so could the Third's quirk be some sort of physical defense enhancement? Because that is a lot of material to jump through without some way to defend yourself. I mean, I feel like that would have caused way too much damage to his body for him to keep fighting after this. At the same time, though, the quirk is called Fa Jin, which I looked up online, some sort of Chinese martial arts involving explosive techniques like the one-inch punch. So could this just be some sort of physical enhancement, physical power enhancement, like One for All itself? Which, I don't know, I just have a problem with that. Because Deku's problem has almost never been that he doesn't have enough power. It's always been that his body can't control the power, can't handle all the power involved with using the full power of One for All. So if they just makes him stronger, wouldn't that just mean that his body would break more frequently, more often, or literally every time he tried to use the Third's quirk? That seems like it'd be a big issue, but what if the Third's quirk is both a physical power enhancement and a physical defense enhancement, allowing his body to actually manage to hold on even when he's using way, way more power than he used to in the past? I mean, maybe, but that just seems way too OP for Deku. His main problem is, like I said, he keeps breaking his body whenever he tries to go all out, and this is a quirk that would literally let him use all the power to go all out every time he used it, which I feel like that'd be too much. I mean, it was said in his battle against Muscular that Deku's new quirks aren't these big ultimate finishing moves, but rather just tools that can be used in combination with one another in order to achieve greater results. But if Deku's new quirk actually lets him use more power without damaging his body, yeah, that's not a tool. That is an ultimate finishing move that I've ever heard of one. So, yeah, this just seems way too OP, especially for the third user, the person who's supposed to have one of the weakest quirks, because it was way, way generations ago, before quirks evolved into the ultimate powerhouses they are today. So, I don't know, I just really don't know. I mean, that all being said, though, I really am hoping Deku faces some sort of rebound, some sort of side effect from all this in the next chapter. I mean, all the previous users kept saying, Deku, don't do this. This is a crazy suicidal idea. You've never even practiced with the Third's technique, and now you're going to use it in the middle of combat. Don't do it. It's insane. You'll die. And he did it, and it seems to work. He seems to have captured Lady Gans, but that's just going to encourage Deku to do more crazy suicidal things down the road, which, yeah, that'd be bad. That'd be very, very bad. I mean, the first time he used Black Whip, it caused some major feedback and basically left him unable to move at all. I feel like this quirk, especially being used like this, should cause just as much feedback, should cause as much damage to his body. I mean, he seems to have captured Lady Gans, but I feel like he's gonna have to let her go after the pain sets in. Let's also not forget that Lady Gans is still incredibly dangerous, and Deku hasn't necessarily really captured her here. I mean, yes, he's grabbed her left arm, but it's her right arm that's a gun, and it seems like the gun can transform quite a bit. I mean, she was able to create a sniper lens with it this chapter, so she could definitely, make it small enough to be able to fire Deku even while he's grabbing onto her left arm, which, yeah, that'd be bad. That'd be very, very bad. I mean, this also does raise a question, though. Where's Endeavor, Best Genius, and Hawks? Because I feel like they should be here by now. I mean, I think All Might gave out a warning to them on his phone saying, hey, they're after Deku, go save him. So, yeah, where exactly are they? I mean, Endeavor and Hawks can move pretty freaking quickly, and even Best Genius isn't all that slow, so I feel like they should have, reached here by now. Plus, this is a pretty big battle. It's causing a lot of destruction. I'm pretty sure, anyone within a couple miles will be able to see the smoke and all that and realize, oh, that's where Deku is, and go save him. So, yeah, my thoughts for next chapter, Deku's going to face some major feedback, fall to the ground, and, just as Lady Gaunt goes to deliver a finishing blow to knock him out, whatever, Endeavor, Best Genius, Hawks are going to show up, save the day, interrogate Lady Gaunt, figure out what exactly she's doing, what exactly All For One promised her, how she's supposed to meet up with him, all that's fun stuff. And hopefully, they'll save All Might as well. I mean, All Might did manage to terrify those two street punks, but he is a broken old man with no weapons. I think they're going to realize that before long and realize, hey, we can just kill him now. So, yeah, hopefully he gets some backup as well. But yeah, let me down below. Do you think Deku's going to face some feedback from trying to use the third quirk in the middle of combat with absolutely no prior experience or practice whatsoever? I think so. I think so. Is Lady Gaunt down for the count, or does she have something else up her sleeve? Like I said, it feels like she'll be able to transform her gun into something more compact so that she can actually shoot at Deku even though he's standing right next to her. And where are the heroes? Where are the pros? When are they going to show up? Who are they going to save? Let me know down below. Be sure to like, subscribe to this video. Until then, peace!